Where does one start in their self-development journey? Where do we start? If this is something that you're into, then you're definitely going to want to stay and keep watching. Hello, everybody. My name is Ivy Ladone, your fitness mystic. And in today's Unfold series, we are tapping into how to self develop, where to self develop, really, where. And we do this in 10 steps. Okay. Now, this is just a general approach to this. This is not a specific field of development, meaning physical, right? Or spiritual. This is just a general overlay, but we will be talking about those kind of traits, right? The physical, the spiritual. So, first and foremost, I'd encourage you to grab either a notepad and pen or your phone for your notes, right? With your notes. Or if you have a special journal or a special place that you can put all of this focused energy and intention into, then better yet. And that's okay because it can also be, your phone. It doesn't have to be like an actual beautiful journal, but it can also be that. Okay. Are you ready? Let's dive in. Number one, step number one, before you can actualize and become that 3.0 version of yourself, which I'm sure you can kind of see, you're either seeing through your third eye because you can visualize it, or you're either just feeling it inside. You're like, I want it. I need it. I'm ready. I don't know exactly what it looks like. I don't know what I look like then. I don't know where yet, but I just know I need it and I want it and I'm here. Okay, great. If you're already a couple steps forward, then awesome. Just stay and listen, okay, and see how this applies to you. Take what resonates and leave the rest. So, step number one, I would encourage you to step into your emotional body and start to understand where your emotions are. What are you feeling, first of all? Because you matter. You matter the most in this process. That 3.0 version of yourself doesn't matter until you activate yourself ready to connect and pull this 3.0 version of yourself. Okay. So check in with your emotions first. How are you feeling? Because the importance of that is you have to understand what you are ready for. It doesn't matter if I tell you or anyone in the world tells you what to do specifically or where to go. If you are not emotionally ready to step into whatever that is, you're not going to do it. And if you do it, it's not going to be for long. So be honest with yourself. Be brutally honest with yourself. Okay. I was gonna say be effing honest. Yeah. Be really, really honest with yourself. Okay. I'm here for you. I'm not judging you. Just be honest. If you're at a one and you're like, I need to start from scratch. I don't know where to start. I'm not feeling the greatest. I'm not good. Awesome. Self-awareness is good. I'm not saying awesome because you're in that space. I'm saying awesome because you have that awareness that you're not the best right now. Therefore, your energy levels, your emotion level, right? Emotional level is really depleted. Why jump into something so heavy and so high impact and so energetic if you're not quite there? So knowing yourself is knowing that all is well. A quote by Jessica Delmar. I totally recommend to look into her content, you guys. But knowing yourself is knowing that you're truly well. So that's very important. That connection with yourself starts first in your self-development. Self-development means I know myself. So learn about your emotions first. Write that down. Emotions. And you can do this through a process I call rate your state. It's 1 through 5, one being the lowest. You're not feeling anything. Meaning, or maybe you're feeling a lot. Maybe you're just like, I hate the world. I hate everybody. I hate everything in myself. And one, right? You're at a one. There's no judgment there. And maybe you're at a 5. And 5 is like, I'm invincible. I can do everything and anything. And I want to do it all. And wherever you are in that spectrum, it's not good or bad. It just is. And you learn about that so that you can apply it to your self intellect so that you don't fight with yourself. You just know. And then you have full authority in every step that you take. So, does that make sense? Step number one, emotional state. Write that out. Okay. And underneath all that, you can like pencil in your feelings. You can even keep this as a template, what I'm going to leave you in pen. And then if you're writing things down, and then you can use a pencil to just add underneath, right? Every one of these. But okay, moving along. Number two, número dos, allow your emotional state to lead you into what naturally uplifts you and grabs your interest. Okay. So going back to your emotional state, how do you feel? And with what you're feeling, for the most part, where is that taking you? Oh, I don't know. It's just taking me home. I honestly don't want to do anything. Okay. So maybe we want to start with the intellect. Maybe we want to start with mindset. Maybe we want to start listening to podcasts, right? Or maybe we're like, I don't know, I just have all this energy and I have all this drive and I just want to go and I just want to transform and I want to do it now. Okay. So maybe you want to look into your physique, into your health, into your wellness, right? Your nutrition, fitness, right? Putting all of that transformative energy into fitness, right? High energy. So you see where I'm going with this, leaning into, and then even deeper with that. Okay, so now I'm feeling at a high energy. What kind of high energy fitness am I going to look into? A more high version, high impact, highly energetic form of exercise. Equally, if I'm really low and depleted in energy and I'm leaning into just staying at home and just doing some research, same thing there. What kind of research am I doing that's going to help my mindset? Power of Awareness audiobook, or maybe I just need more connection with finances. So I'm going to intellectually educate myself. That's part of self-developing, learning and educating yourself. Okay. So do you see where I'm going with this? Emotional state first, and the emotional authentic place that you're at leads you into what naturally, okay, maybe it requires a little bit of a push to do the research and to do all that, of course, but it's not this like insane physical and emotional and energetic effort to get to that spot of transformation. No, it's like little by little, roll ball, snowball effect. Okay, it's rolling is what I want to say. The ball is rolling. Okay, number three, número tres. All right, hope that you wrote those down. Number three is something I call, which you can look this up. It's just like a I forgot who brought this up. I'm so sorry, but it is a term. You can look this up on anywhere, Google, and you'll find it. But the word is pies. Yes, pies. Pies. And I want you to write that out. Yes, pies. The reason is you're going to always come back to this framework, pies, as like a kind of like a general self-development kit. Okay. Where the P is the physical field of yours. The I is the intellectual part of you, mindset. The E is the emotional, right? The emotional body, the energy of yourself. And the S is the spiritual part of you, your perspective on this reality that you partake. All of that matters. And wherever you want to lean into first is totally okay. But it's going to help when you know where you are at emotionally and energetically. Okay. So, pies. Is it physical that you want to first lean into because you're feeling that naturally? Is it intellectual? Is it energetic? Is it emotional? Is it spiritual? Right? All of that's important. And then the reason why I bring up pies, because this is my personal philosophy, but the reason why I bring that up is because you're starting with one of these, right? And you can start with this and you can take this one and take it as far as you'd like. But I will say this, when you're looking to implement like a whole wellness remedy or regimen to your life, it's not only one department that's going to suit you. This goes for every single human being on this earth. It is not just fitness that's going to apply to everybody. It's not just nutrition. It's not just spirituality. It's not just mindset. It's actually all of this that makes you. You're an incredible technology. You're human. You're at the top of the chart, like we're it. We're it, boo. So first, you're going to lean into one of these naturally, organically with your emotions. And then over time, you're going to then accompany this one field with one other of these. And then that's how you'll roll into it. I keep wanting to say roll ball, but the ball is rolling. Okay. Please comment below the ball is rolling or something. I don't know if you watched all the way up to this point. And also just an inside joke. Okay. So highs, right? That's step number 3. Okay, perfect. Now, Step number 4. I don't know why my thing did this. Sorry. I have them all written out and like it's a little misleading right now. But all right. So, step number 4. Once you have figured out which one you're leaning into, or I'm leaning into the physical, I'm leaning into the intellectual, I'm leaning into the spiritual, right? I want you to then consider, now that you know that you're going to start leaning first into this field, I want you to create a vision board for yourself. And it can be as easy as creating like a collage on your phone and making that like your wallpaper of your lock screen or just like your background in general once you open up, right? Your home base wallpaper. Either way. It could also just be in your album and it can just stay there and whenever and even hidden so that you're like, oh my God, no, and keep it hidden. And then that way people can just be like, or not people, oh my gosh, no, no one. Only you can just look into it and be like, okay, there's my vision. There it is. There it is. And you do this every single day. But those of you who are comfortable and ready enough to just put this vision, right, of yourself, 3.0 version of yourself on a board, please do that. And especially if you're watching this video, then you've heard of vision board before. I might ask you, have you heard of visualization, right? Because vision board is one thing. You're seeing it and then you're feeling the seeing, and that's happening. But then also, are you able to see it without the visual? How ingrained is it in you that you are able to visualize that self? So maybe you want to start with your vision board and then you want to take a deeper step and start to meditate. I know that's part of the spiritual and intellect part of things and energy too, to a certain extent, and emotional. Wow. But at the end of the day, visualization is also part of a vision board, right? That's pulling in. So your self development is about also visualizing that part of you that you're ready to meet. Okay. So, how we doing? Checking in on you. Okay, great. So, consider creating a journal, okay? Or a vision board. Yes, journal, you can journal things down through your experience, right? Like a diary. I personally don't do diaries. I just want to say that because some of us do and some of us don't, but like I have a journal, you guys, and I promise you, I don't write in my journal every day. I don't even write in my journal every week. Oh my gosh. But I definitely write in my journal whenever I have great insights of awareness, learning lessons, growth, right? And that's suffice for me. So you do you, right? You do you, Hanny. Okay, hashtag. All right, moving along. Number 5. Okay, research. Do your own research. Hashtag DYOR if you're on Web3, in Web3 or on Twitter. DYOR. Do your own research, right? Research the people, the leading people in this field. So if you're in fitness, I want you to go on Instagram. I want you to go on YouTube. I want you to go on TikTok. I want you to go on Facebook. I want you to go on Google if you're not into social media, like that kind of stuff. But research them. And the most important thing is that you feel resonance with that person, that leader, because that leader is going to inspire you. Okay. And it's also that person's going to teach you, it's going to educate you. But even more so, I'm hoping that that leader obviously has a community. And I want you now in this step 5 is to consider finding that community because that community is going to be the wind beneath your wings. I promise you. So either you're going to find that community on Facebook or on Instagram or on TikTok or on YouTube or on Discord. Like, should I go on? There's so many avenues here. Yes, yes, there are many, many avenues. And this is the part of me as a coach telling you, you can do this. Just find a platform, find it. You got this. And that's it. Okay. Okay. Now, moving along, I believe we're in step number 6. Again, this left me a little misleading. Yes, 6. Okay, here we go. Number 6. Find a daily practice of focused intention on developing in this particular field. Okay, so for example, if you're going into the fitness realm, I want you to, and I'm suggesting and I'm also encouraging you, yes, to find once a day. That's right. I'm not saying like whenever throughout the week and like maybe twice, whatever you can. No, we're not into the emotions right now. We're into self development now, right? You found what your emotions are, and now you're trying to implement practices because habits, practices become habits actually. And habits, guess what? Yes, they become part of your lifestyle. So you're going to first entertain this like a practice And then as you do this more often, you're going to be like, wait, I can't even go a day without looking into this or being a part of this. Right. Right, girl. That's what we want. That's what we want. So from that practice, it becomes a habit. And then that habit just becomes part of your life. So, yes, once a day, whether that is 30 minutes, whether that's an hour, but nothing less than that, you guys. Okay. Once a day, I want you to lean in to that self development field that you are a part of. So, if you're in physical stuff, yes, you're either educating yourself, researching that 1 hour. The next day, you're actually implementing the workout for 1 hour or 30 minutes. The next day, you're actually also doing another kind of workout, or if not the same one for 30 minutes. It's just 30 minutes of your day. That's all it is. Okay. But it's every single day. Yes, Monday through Sunday. I said that. I didn't say Monday through Friday. Monday through Sunday. And again, you can do some research. Like, that could be part of it. Research could also be part of like your self-development journey and physical stuff. Also, another example, because I keep saying physical, spiritual. 1 hour a day, 30 minutes a day. Dive into your spirituality. Spirituality looks so different for so many people. Okay. But here's like a couple of bones I'm going to throw out. Prayer. That's all I'm going to say. Prayer. Prayer is spiritual, and doing that 30 minutes a day. I know you're like, 30 minutes of prayer? Holy cow. No, boo. I mean, oh my gosh. If you want to do that, then cool. Like, honestly, teach me. No, I probably do that on a regular, honestly, naturally. But anyways, no. Um, spirituality. Maybe you're praying for 10 minutes on Monday, and that's enough, or 5 minutes. That's enough, right? For you. I say 30 minutes because I want to push you, but let's be realistic. If you're working in spirituality and or on spirituality and you're incorporating prayer, let's say, maybe you don't want to pray for 30 minutes, but you can meditate for 30 minutes. And as you're meditating, you can pray. So, spirituality, maybe every other day you're doing, or not every day you're doing something, but every other day you're kind of repeating. So, it could be Mondays, you do prayer work. Tuesdays, you meditate. Wednesdays, you spend time in nature. Thursdays, you're doing your research on religions of the world, spirituality of the world, gurus. On the fifth day, you're listening to a podcast about spirituality or about that spiritual belief that you were looking at the other day. Do you see what I'm doing? So it doesn't have to be exactly the same thing that you're applying every single day. It can be just within that field. I hope this makes sense. Okay. Moving along. Where are we? Okay. Number 7. Here we go. Begin now. Now that you have leaned into a field, now that you have done the journaling and the vision board, now that you have implemented this daily practice, okay, I want to, I want for you now to begin to look at the rest of the fields. So once you've kind of have this like 21 day, 1 month, 2 months kind of thing with your development in this particular field, now you're going to look into the others, right? You're going to lean into now another one, because the reason why I say this is because self development just cannot happen in one field, it's multiple. Okay. And if you'd like a video actually on each particular letter of the pies, meaning like how to self develop in fitness or physical, right? How to self develop physically. How do you self develop intellectually? How do you self develop emotionally? How do you self develop spiritually? We can do that too, 100%. Let me know below. Okay. But essentially, all of this matters. All of this matters. We're just leaning into first and making this realistic and also achievable. Achievable. So don't start with like, I'm going to do fitness on Monday and intellect on Tuesday and Wednesday. You can 100%. You can do that. That's so freaking cool. And if you're in that journey, like, awesome. Let me know how it's going. But if you're easily like, this is a lot, I don't know where to start, this is where you start leaning into one thing. And once you've kind of already habitually have this practice, then you can start looking into maybe spirituality, into emotional stuff, into intellect stuff, right? And then from there, okay, that's how you incorporate all of these things. Okay. Number 8. Begin to structure your daily routines with these new and important traits in your day. Yeah. So essentially, this now becomes a part of you. So now at this point, you are physically working, you're doing your fitness for 30 minutes on Monday at 9 a.m. And then around 11 a.m., you're listening to a podcast on the power of awareness. And then by nighttime, you are meditating. Okay, so maybe we're not doing all of the pies, or maybe we are by doing all of that. Maybe that's enough for you. But do you see how you're um, attending to different aspects of you? Do you see that? But first, leaning into one. Okay, last two here. I just want to leave you with this, okay? Number 9, very important on this journey, okay? When an opportunity comes to embody your new version, your 3.0, be prepared to. Be prepared to, because you're setting yourself up to actually be that 3.0 version. Okay. Opportunity and preparation, success. If you choose opportunity and preparation, success. So you're preparing yourself for that 3.0 version. You're making yourself up, right? You're designing yourself. And then an opportunity comes for you to either activate those habits and those traits now that they've kind of become you, right? Meaning Monday comes along and you're like, "Oh, it's Monday. Like, it's Monday. I know I've been like doing this so well for like 3 weeks, but it's Monday. I need a day off. I'm not going to do anything. F it." I'm not judging that. I'm just giving you an example. I'm embodying the personality. Okay, the person. I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do anything. No. Number 9 states when you get the opportunity to embody that 3.0 version of yourself, take the opportunity. It's time. It's go time. So Monday comes around, and instead of being like, never mind, I've done this for 3 weeks, I've been doing pretty good. I deserve a pat on the back, like blah, blah, blah. You deserve the best version of yourself. So instead of giving yourself a full hour of a workout, maybe go out for a walk around your complex while you talk on the phone with your best friend. And then that way you don't lose momentum. Do you see how you give back to yourself? You're not, this isn't supposed to be like what you're doing for yourself is that it's for yourself. This isn't supposed to be like hard and like, judgmental and like there are repercussions and like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like, this should not be overbearing. This should not weigh you. This should bring you to accomplishing. And at the end of your walk around your complex, talking on the phone to your friend, you're like, thanks, girl. Thanks for being there for me. Honestly, I needed to like chat and I also needed to vent because of my emotions. And at the same time, I got a little workout in as I was walking. So you're covering emotional and you're now covering physical. Beautiful. Number 10. Drum roll, please, everybody. With my nails. Okay. Woo! Number 10, your final step. If you lose momentum on this journey, that's okay. And I'm sure others have said it, like, it's okay for real. It is. It's okay. We're a human. It happens. This is why I say go back to the energy, go back to the emotions. Okay. If you lose momentum, guess what? Go back to step 1. First, inquire about your emotional state. Where am I? Why do I feel stuck? Why don't I want to do this anymore? Right? You check in with yourself. Your needs always come first. Okay. Better to understand where your emotions are and then start from there. All right. So those were your 10 steps to self-develop. Where do you start? Right? Where do you start? You start right here. And this is generally speaking. But once again, if you'd like for me to dive into each one of those letters, physical, intellectual, emotional, spiritual, we can most certainly do that. Thank you so much for your time, for your focus, for your energy. If you loved this, if you liked this, please smash the like button. And also, if you're into this kind of stuff, let's build a community because that's really what I want to do is just build a community of queens and goddesses who are in the space of self-development and self-care and self-nurturing. And at the same time, knowing that it's a whole composite of traits, of aspects and fields, not just one to self-develop. It is a lot. It is many parts to embody. So thank you once again, and I'll see you in the next one.